everyone, how are you guys doing today? We're back here in Solitude doing another episode. We're gonna do a little bit of work. We're gonna do just chit chat a little bit, I think, too, as well. So you can see I've got the groundwork laid out on all of these, and I started putting roofs on. I pulled over Creative World and started figuring out what I was gonna do for roofs on these, and realized that I am going to still put in a very similar roof to what is on these three main houses here as I'm going through, which is great. Kind of got an idea for that. Realized that in that method, I am one block too short on all these, so I've stacked them all up to 4, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see I had to select this one I needed to extend over, so we did that. This one I think is going to be fine. Get that one squared away. But we had to make some tweaks and changes to this on these. And like this one right here, we are going to still do that same roof that overhangs 1. Unfortunately, what that means is this one, house has got to move at least to here, if not over further. I think I'm going to bring it over a little bit, put like a 2-gapper in here for just between the houses. Otherwise, these stairs end up that are on the outside, this level right here ends up being like right on top of each other. And that, it doesn't work right. I mean, you can see like on this, there's a nice little gap between them, which I think works really, really well. I think as we're getting into these, packing these things in, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have like a 1 space between them. And some of it depends upon where it's at as well. So it shouldn't be that hard. I've moved a couple of these, stacked these things up a little bit. I think we're okay to start building some roofs on there. One issue that I have ran into that I don't know how to fix yet, so if you have ideas, I'm all for it, is this one. This is right up into the back of this wall. I thought about moving it forward 2, which would be great, except that if I move it forward 2, I gotta move this one forward 2. If I move it forward 2, then I basically have a path right on top of a path. And I'm not really sure I want to do that. I want to have, probably going to want to build this up a little bit, sort of an overhang, just a hair, just to have a little bit of space in there. So I think what I need to do, I like the look of this. The other thing I could do is bring this in 2. If I did that, what have I got here? 1, 2, 3. Here. This in 2. We'll play with it a little bit. But that is for another time. We're not going to work on this today. We're going to start working down here in our area. And the very first thing that I got to do, I don't even have the stuff I need for it, is build up these drop tunnels and the bobble vaders for these. And get that squared away. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I gotta go get a lot of glass panes. Decided I'm gonna use glass panes on all of these, around these for the water. I think I'm gonna use clear and just let these drop. And this is going to be the up. This is going to be the down. And we will see where we're at. But I need to go get some glass and start building those up. Probably gonna bring a lot of scaffolding. Get these all squared away for today, and then start talking about what color scheme we're gonna be using down below. I think I really like the dripstone rock, and we're going to use mud bricks, and we're going to probably use some mangroves. So we'll have to figure out how we're going to harvest mangroves. So I need to go get some glass and dump off a load of stuff, and then I will be right back. I'll see you here shortly. Welcome back. So we've got our elevators in place. Not really. No, kidding. Just have our scaffolding down so that we can get things placed. I think I'm going to work this side first. Simply because it's a lot shorter. This goes down probably another 15 blocks, 20 blocks down. I don't know if I'm going to build a platform here or not. I kind of like that idea. Maybe I should build a platform here for the way up and then build off into this area, that kind of thing. Because my goal is to build out little ledges, cliffside stuff, all the way through here. So, back up in here. So we're going to build, let's see here, this side first, and we're going to just use, let me start off with this. I think I'm just going to use glass panes. That's what we're going to start with. So, a lot of glass panes. And I think we should be good to go. So my goal is to build all the way up. All right, so I'm gonna build to this level. All right, so best way to I built the scaffolding. I think I want to get in here and just jump stack. Yeah. So I want to be doing a lot of jumping, a lot of sleeping, as I hear the zombies in the background, and build this thing up. So this is what we're going to be doing. Once I get these into place, we will hop into F4 and take a look to see how this goes. So I'll be back with you here, guys, in just a bit. All right, welcome back to take 2. I had some video problems and had all kinds of problems on this last little cut, so we're going to record this again. I've got our elevator in place. So let's take a gander at it and let's talk about what we're doing next. So this is our drops, and for the most part, pretty straightforward. Powdered snow, carpet, pretty easy to deal with. In and out either way. Don't know which one I'm going to do just yet, but that's what we've got here. This looks okay, but it's going to drive me a little bonkers, to be honest with you. The glass looks so-so. I mean, let's take a gander at it here. It's those white spots. I may get rid of the white spots, or change it over to iron bars. I may do this one as an iron bar and see what happens on it. So don't really know what I'm going to do yet. Probably going to extend this platform over and not take it all the way down, take it down to this level, I think is what we're going to do. I think that'll work just fine. But what drives me nuts about this is you can easily get off center. It doesn't take much to get off center to pop out of this because it's not a full tube. When you do, you get stuck right there. I think I'm probably gonna live with it. It's, to be honest with you, depending upon what I do right here, I do like the idea of leaving this floating, but I also like the idea of bringing this into the terrain. So just covering this whole area up. And I think that the idea behind this area is that this is a more well-off area. And the area down below is not as well off. So not being able to see this, but not be able to see up and out into the sun, I think kind of makes sense. So haven't decided. But down here is going to be the lower class area. We're going to build with this dripstone and mud, and we're going to be building into the cliffs. We'll probably have a punch color, some sort of a color. I got to work out the palette 100% that's going to pop on this. It may be that warped wood, maybe the prismarine, it may be crimson stems, who knows? I haven't figured that out yet. But the idea is that we're going to have the place generally open. We're going to have bridges and walkways between the different areas, and all of the houses and the buildings are going to be built into the walls. So they're going to be built in and around this area. So that's kind of what the idea behind it is, for sure. And then this area is going to extend over all the way over into here. And my goal is to have, you know, sort of a transition area here where you're going from a middle, lower class to a much poorer area where it's going to be darker, it's going to be grittier, less color. I don't know 100% what this is going to look like yet, but the idea is we're going to have multiple tiers of housing and so forth. And then for our way out, they're going to have, this is going to build up and out to this area, which is kind of going to be the entrance into the lower class area. And then what we're going to have up here is an entrance out over here. That's probably, this is going to, a lot of this is going to come out, go down into the area down there. So got a couple ideas for sure. Always trying to get a couple of different places in there. So the primary blocks that we're going to use down below is going to be brick and mud brick and that dripstone, which I think is going to be an interesting color combination. And then we'll figure out our accent color. Don't know what it is yet. Something that'll give us stairs and slabs and so forth, so we can pop color in where we want to do it. Maybe solid blocks of concrete that are really super bright. But what it'll allow me to do is set up a couple of different builds, so that if I get stuck up here where you know, I get these houses done and I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to bring the next group in at, kind of thing, I'm not stuck. I can continue to work on something different, you know, work down below or work on the mansion, any of those kind of things. So I got a couple of different areas. Like I'm stuck down there, but I'm good to go here. And what I'm stuck over here on is just what the roof design is going to look like, which I'll figure out. I'm not too worried about that. It's just going to take a little bit of time. And what that roof design does is going to dictate this wall and how it lays in and how it ties together. But I'm going good here, so that's where I'm going to focus on. But I'm setting myself up, setting up a safety net, to be honest with you, of another place to work on and to build if I get stuck down here. And it is going to happen. So that's just part of how the creative process sometimes works, is you get stuck in one and you work onto a different project and you move over to the next project and so on and so forth. And it's okay to have that. So not a big deal. But that is what I got time for today. I do appreciate it. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback on how things are moving, how things are progressing. Leave me a comment down below is always the best way to do it. You can always catch me up on Twitter at @awanderingnerd. If you like this episode, like to see, like to get your feedback on it, give me a thumbs up down below, a like down below, be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more episodes like this, definitely take some time to subscribe. And I try to get out something once a week. So I do appreciate your guys' time. I am very happy with how we're progressing. So until next time, this is A Wandering Nerd.